Alright guys, so I'm headed back down to the house. It's a Saturday and this will be the third time today that I'm headed to the house, just dealing with different issues that are coming up. As far as time goes, we're still making good time, but it can definitely be better. So I'm about to go and meet with one of my subcontractors now who's handling a decent chunk of the job just to get some things straightened out. Alright guys, so we'll just get to a couple of the issues that really can be worked around. It's just that it takes time and it's just tedious. But as you can see back here around where this old metal fence was, we have just a lot of roots from trees, so it's making it kind of hard to put our post for this new fence. And the subcontractor on the fence, he's going to have to adjust some of these just so we're not losing too much away from the original fence line. So we're gonna have to push that back a little bit and just make sure that we have our fence correct. It's a lot of land on this house, so it's a super massive fence. But to be honest, I really did not expect to have this many issues with just roots in the ground. So we're gonna have to maneuver around these the best we can just to get this fence done. All right guys, so in this clip, I'm just gonna kind of talk about some of the issues that is pushing this project back a couple of days. And the first thing that I'll start with is windows. Now, if you don't know, windows that are not non-standard, if you have to have them custom ordered, custom made, it usually takes a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks just to have those delivered in. So of course, 2 to 3 weeks is way too long. I did take a suggestion from a pro at this, and what we're gonna do is have to use windows that are a couple of inches smaller, and then we're gonna have to do a frame job. So this won't be with every window, but just for a couple that have a size that isn't standard. Now, as far as the rest of the issues, and somebody made a comment about this on Facebook when I was just kind of looking for some suggestions, but managing people is one of the toughest parts of the job in a rehab process. In this situation, we've had a couple of issues where two of the subcontractors bumped heads and the timing was just off. So one issue has already been addressed where we're going to keep moving forward with our electricals just so we can get those last few loose ends tightened up so that my rehab guys can go ahead and finish out the inside of this house. Now, the second issue is with the actual rehabbers themselves, the speed at which they're moving. And it's just a situation now where I'm holding all of my subcontractors to a standard that I expect and just holding them accountable for times that they're moving at. So in a situation like this, I got to let them know, like, hey, you've got to speed up your work, get you some more guys in here to go ahead and get the job done, or I'll be looking for a different subcontractor. So it's as simple as that, being direct with your subcontractors, something that I've just had to kind of learn over doing some of these rehabs, but definitely got to just hold you guys accountable and make sure that they are doing the work, going at the speed, got the quality that you expect, and make sure that they're getting your jobs taken care of. All right guys, so just got back from the house. It's later on in the day now. Just wanted to kind of sit down and get my thoughts out on camera and just be completely honest with this rehab process, just for people who don't really know about investing. You're thinking about jumping into it. You may have watched some shows or following different people on Facebook. The complete honest truth is that it's not as glamorous as it seems when you're still kind of on the ground level. You know, I can't say the same for some of these people who are millionaires, multi-millionaires, got everything in place to where just the business is running for them. To be on the level, like a level where I am, so where I have some experience with, doing several rehabs at this point, done a lot of just investing, dealing with houses and everything. Backing up a little bit for a lot of you guys who have been following me for a while, I kind of started out with the wholesale process and then ventured off into managing rental properties. I got into a situation to where I had to learn how to rehab those quick to get out of a bunch of debt. Had an issue with a contractor and really just had to start doing the rehabs myself. So progressing up to today, my rehab process is a lot more smooth than when I was in that situation. So I mean, that is a great thing. But to say that that process is a fun process, for me, it definitely has not been that. Just kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. Just for the past couple of days, like I said, I have been kind of dealing with this just different issues at the house, fence, we got window issues. Just the electrician is a couple of days behind, so he's throwing off my rehab guys. They can't get in and paint the walls the way that they need to, so they're being backed up and having to go to do other things. They bumped heads, and really a big part of the stress is just managing people. So I act as my own general contractor, and I manage the entire process. So I'm the one that's hiring the roofer, managing the roofer, hiring the electrician, the plumber, HVAC, which my HVAC guy, he's out with the flu also, so he hasn't been able to come out and let my electrician and plumber know exactly how they're going to tie all that in. Yeah, guys, I mean, just to be completely honest, it is a stressful thing. One of the best things that I did, and this is going to have to be something that I'll have to do at some point, really just want to get all my systems in place now, get my process really smoothed out. So I will be managing on my own probably at least a few more rehabs. I'm at a point now where I've got the funding where I can just really move forward, be aggressive with it, and knock out a decent amount of houses. So for this year, you know, we should have a decent amount of houses under our belt. But at some point, the plan is 100% definitely to hire somebody else that I can teach to manage the process from beginning to end. In past videos, I had talked about getting my time back as far as even just me taking on my own phone calls. I talk about Nicole, my virtual assistant, a lot. And when she came on, it was a complete game changer. So outsourcing and delegating, I mean, it's a game changer. Once you do that and you just realize that you can't do everything yourself, putting people in place just takes off so much stress, and it allows you to work on and grow your company. So when Nicole came on, by far the best thing that I ever did for my company. And then even within the past couple of months, I've hired an acquisitions manager. So just having those two team members alone has allowed me to free up my time and concentrate more on getting my rehab process together. But at this point in time, I can definitely tell that I'm not in love with the rehab process. It is something else that I will outsource, delegate, and eventually, hopefully by the end of the year, just have that process to where I can hand it over to somebody else and then just work on growing the next step of my business. And I'll even just talk about just while I'm getting stuff off my brain, just putting it on camera. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I'll just kind of give you an insight on what it's like to be a business owner at this level, which I still, like I said, kind of consider myself on the ground level. Maybe a bit above the ground level, but definitely not a guru at any of this. But yesterday was Valentine's Day. Me and Ellecia had planned to go out, have dinner, and go to a movie and everything like that. But yesterday, and again, this is one reason why I want to kind of start to outsource this stuff, just dealing with subcontractors and different conflicts and issues. We completely missed our Valentine's celebration. So I went straight from dealing with contractors to getting with Ellecia, and then we had to do taxes, and then by the time we were done with our taxes, getting all that together, we had to go and pick up our son, and then by the time we got home, we're both self-employed and we were completely tired. It was like, okay, yeah, we're just not even gonna go out and do anything tonight. Let's just push that off. We'll take care of business first and then we'll have fun later. But it's just one of those things where everybody says that they want to be a business owner, they want to flip houses, they want to do this, they want to do that, but don't really understand that it is a lot more work being put into what the types of things that we do, other business owners. I mean, I know some business owners that just put a ton of time into their business, but it is a lot more time put into it than a regular 9-to-5. A regular 9-to-5, especially like when I was teaching, if it had been a holiday, get off at 2 o'clock and then the rest of the day, hey, we're free to go and do what we gotta do. But in our situation, and Ellecia as well, when she gets that phone call to go and do an appointment, or if I get that phone call from a contractor that wants me to come and check something out, trying to resolve an issue with one of my team members so we can keep business going, then I mean, that's just something that I'm responsible for. I don't get the chance to just clock out and say, hey, I'm done. So yeah, at this stage, definitely a lot of time put in. It's some stress involved, but I gotta be honest. I would 100% rather be doing what we're doing now than working another 9 to 5. Teaching, I would absolutely never go back to that. Building this business is a passion for me at this point, a passion for our family, something that we're working towards. Like I said, we've been able to obtain property. We've got cash flow coming in now, steady cash flow from our rental properties, and we're just trying to just keep pushing that and just stay motivated and understand that we're doing all of this for the betterment of our family, the betterment of our family future, for our son. He's going to be able to take over assets. We're definitely too deep into the game right now to give up and say that we're just going to stop here and stop doing anything. And to motivate myself, I just keep reminding myself of where I've come from, just year over year. From where I completely started off, didn't have really any money in my account, had to sell my truck just to have cash to really do anything in the business. My dad got me this car that would cut off on me, but I 100% appreciate that car because it got me from point A to point B to get my business done until it got to point B and wouldn't cut back on again. And even to that situation where I was in a viral video where the lady called the police on me, that was during a time where we had very little in our account. We were dealing with rehabs that were going wrong. I was working day and night, not really getting too much sleep, driving Uber, driving Lyft just to get bills paid, to the point where we're at now, to where we have, to where we're able to take care of ourselves. We have property, and like I said, life is good. Don't want to make it seem like it's bad, but just want to paint a realistic picture for people who think that real estate, whichever avenue you decide to get in, wholesale real estate, buying whole real estate, fixing and flipping, whatever it is, you don't just jump in it day one and then day two, week three, you're a millionaire. It just doesn't work like that. So it 100% depends on your work ethic, and man, even more so just your mental strength. It takes a lot of mental strength to do this. I've been in situations where I've helped several people to try to get in the game, step their foot in the game, taking on just different lunches. People always want to pick my brain, this and that. And then I give them the game, tell them what they have to do, and then turn around and you just don't see them in the game anymore. They completely just gave up. Motivation was gone or whatever it is, and you just don't see those people anymore. If you're going to do it, jump in with the right attitude. Understand that it is stressful. It isn't as easy as a lot of people make it seem. You're not just going to go from 0 to 100 overnight. It does definitely take a lot of work that's involved, just beyond what you guys see like on Facebook and Instagram and other social medias and all that. So, but I'll stop here, guys, because I feel like I finally got all that clutter out of my brain and just had to just get it off my mind and speak on it. This camera session was almost like therapy for me, but about to go and check and see what the family's doing now. Wife, what you working on?
I'm working with a new investor. He wanted some information on properties. He said he had some concerns about, but I didn't get him when I just called, so I left him a message.
What kind of concerns?
I'm not sure. He sent me an email. He just had some concerns about it. So it's tenant occupied, and the listing agent sent me over all the information, repair history, tenant history. So I sent him that so he could take a look at it. I'm just waiting on him to call back.
Can I have my shirt back?
Oh no, this is our shirt.
All right, so on camera, I was talking about what it's like being a business owner, like at the level that we're at now, and how Valentine's Day was for us yesterday. So how would you describe it?
Busy. We were working. And I'm not gonna say anything special. It's always special with you. But I guess working hard. Seeing if we got good things coming up in 2 weeks. So
even though we didn't get a chance to do anything, like I was saying on camera, I was dealing with contractors, and then we went straight from that to doing taxes and sitting in a tax office for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But something, definitely something we have to get done.
Yep.
We don't have the choice of not doing it. But I feel like the average person that may have been like just bummed out about not doing anything that day. But what's your thought process on it? As far as just like, man, we didn't really get a chance to do a lot.
You know, and it's okay because we had other priorities and duty calls, you know, and that is what it is. So we didn't miss out on anything. We were together, so.
Yeah, we really didn't. And this is the great thing at the end of the month. And I don't know if I mentioned this on another video or not, but we're going to enjoy ourselves anyway for our anniversary.
Tell us where you guys think we're going to go.
So I can't mention it.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to mention it, but we are.
Put it in the comments.
Right. So, yeah, all of our time that I guess we missed out on just doing work, we're going to celebrate that at the end of the month.
Oh, yes.
And that's when we're going to just get a chance to kind of kick back and relax our minds. And we're thinking about setting up another one too in February, but April, yeah, that's what I said. We'll get to that point once we get there though. You got something in the eyeball?
My hair, probably.
No, it's like something big and black. No, it is.
My people?
No, there's something in the corner. Yeah, it's right there. Nasty eyeball. Something your face. Anyway, guys, we're gonna end the video here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.
Peace.
Hey guys, so before I end this video, I just want to share with you some responses that I got from a Facebook post from some pros who do a lot of different rehabs, and the question was just about how to improve the process. So I'm going to post some of the responses with just a bunch of knowledge added, and you'll see that a lot of the tips are consistent across people who just do this a lot. So hope this information can help somebody.